Are you a candy lover? Do you love indulging in a sweet treat every now and then? While we all know that candy is not exactly the healthiest food out there, did you know that some of your favorite candies could actually be lethal? In this video, we will be discussing 10 banned candies that can kill you. Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video from us. Now, let's dive into the world of deadly candies. Number 10. Hippie Sippy. The 1960s was a time of experimentation, and this candy, made in 1968 and imported from Japan, was living proof that just about anything could make it onto the market back in the day. Hippie Sippy was a plastic toy filled with multicolored pellets. But to get to the chocolate, you had to suck on a hypodermic-like needle, which is often associated with drug use. Oh, and the colorful chocolate balls were meant to represent uppers and donors, encouraging kids to pretend to take illicit substances. These candies didn't last very long on the shelves and were pulled after a year. Number 9. Toxic Waste Chew Bar. With a name like Toxic Waste, you can already guess that this candy is not good for you. The nuclear sludge variety was launched back in 2007, but it was discontinued in 2011 after some health concerns were raised. The FDA deemed it unsafe to eat and recommended that it should not be consumed anymore. The US distributor of nuclear sludge chew bars began recalling the candy after a significant level of lead was found in the bars, almost 3 times the accepted lead levels. No one had been sick from eating the candy yet, but the elevated lead content could potentially be harmful to small children, infants, and pregnant women. Number 8. Haribo Sugar-Free Gummy Bears. Haribo undoubtedly makes some of the best gummy bears on the market, but the company has had a few failures over the years. In 2014, the poor sugar-free gummy bears gathered quite a bit of attention when people started to notice some undesirable side effects following the consumption of the candy. Haribo chose to replace the sugar in their gummy bears with lycocin, a substance almost as sweet as sugar, known as a sugar alcohol, and contains half the calories. Since our bodies can't fully digest it, it can create some very unpleasant reaction. If present in large quantities, lycocin can even start to ferment in our stomachs. Reviews on Amazon were quick to describe what exactly fermenting in our stomachs entailed, and many users vividly shared their experience. After the stories went viral, Haribo decided to stop the production of the sugar-free gummy bears. Number 7. Candy cigarettes. As the name suggests, candy cigarettes were candy made to resemble packs of cigarettes and were made of either chalky sugar, bubblegum, or chocolate. They first began being sold in the late 1900s, and cigarette manufacturers even helped with the production of the candy. The branding was used on the candy packets, the perfect way for kids to mirror exactly what the grown-ups were doing. Today, candy cigarettes are seen as a way to desensitize children to the idea of smoking. Medical organizations around the world began to become more aware of the dangers of smoking, so today these candies are banned practically everywhere except in the US and Canada. Number 6. Milky Way. Milky Way is a popular chocolate bar known for its delicious taste, but it may not be the healthiest option. The Milky Way fun-size bars are often considered to be a better choice for calorie and sugar control, but they still contain a significant amount of sugar at around 20 grams per serving. This is quite high for a small candy bar that only takes 2 bites to consume. Moreover, the fun-size version contains hydrogenated palm kernel oil, which is harmful to our heart and the environment. It is also notorious for sticking to teeth, leading to dental cavities. This small candy bar packs over 200 calories and 9 grams of fat, of which 7 are saturated. Number 5. Tamarind Lollipops. Tamarind lollipops are a popular Mexican candy loved by many for their spicy flavor. However, these candies have been banned from the US market due to high levels of lead, which can cause severe health problems, including death. The lead poisoning threat came from an imported tamarind candy lollipop called Bolirindo by the Dulmex brand. The California Department of Health Services investigated the candy after a 2-year-old child in Orange County was found to have very high levels of lead in a routine blood test. 2 other cases of lead poisoning were also linked to the candy, resulting in the ban. The candy wrappers contained almost 22,000 parts per million of lead, while the sticks contained about 400 part per million, and the candy itself about 2,000 part per million. Number 4. Smarties. Smarties, a brand of powdered candy, is still available in some places, but not in Scarborough Middle School in Maine. Kids snorting the candy in the back of their classrooms is the issue. Snorting Smarties can lead to health risks like asthma attacks, long-term breathing problems, and even nasal maggots. This behavior is alarming and may encourage kids to try other substances adults take. In 2011, the principal of Northern Hills Middle School in Michigan banned sugar candies like Smarties and Pixie Sticks, as kids were smoking them by crushing them up and rolling them into a cigarette. It was safer to ban the candies altogether rather than let them continue. Number 3. Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids, the colorful and sour candy that many love, is unfortunately not as nutritious as its bright hues might suggest. With sugar, invert sugar, and corn syrup as its first 3 ingredients, it's no surprise that one 2-ounce box of Sour Patch Kids contains a whopping 36 grams of sugar. Preservatives like citric acid and artificial coloring are also used, providing no nutritional benefits. This candy has been linked to diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and many other diseases due to the use of high fructose corn syrup, which is cheap to manufacture. While the FDA has yet to ban Sour Patch Kids, moderation is necessary to avoid consuming high levels of sugar. Number 2. Hershey's Take 5. Hershey's Take 5 is a chocolate bar with a lengthy ingredient list that can make it one of the unhealthiest bars available. The bar contains partially hydrogenated oil, also known as trans fat, which can lead to diseases like type 2, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. The high sugar content is also a concern, as sugar is listed as the first ingredient. The regular size bars contain a quarter of the daily recommended amount of saturated fats, making them a less than ideal snack. However, due to consumer backlash, the company is working on removing all GMO products and artificial flavors from their chocolates. Until then, it might be best to avoid Take 5 if you want to protect your artery. Number 1. Nestle Magic Ball. 90s kids will surely remember the Nestle Magic Ball, a hollow milk chocolate ball that was popular among children and often topped their wish lists. Just like Kinda Surprise, the Magic Ball came with a small toy surprise inside, such as a Disney or Pokemon character, making it the ultimate snack. However, in the late 1990s, the product was abruptly taken off the shelves due to US laws that prohibit the sale of candy with a toy or a non-nutritive object embedded inside of it. Parents were also concerned about the choking hazard presented by the toys inside the chocolate shell. Nestle re-released the candy in 2000 under a new name, Wonder Balls, filled with candy instead of toys, but the idea didn't last very long. In conclusion, while candy is undoubtedly a beloved treat for many, it's important to be mindful of its potential health risks, from high sugar content to harmful ingredients such as trans fats and lead. These tasty treats can have serious consequences for our health. So, that's it for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to get all the latest updates.